What's up, YouTube? Welcome to It's Brewing. My name is Shisha Zed. Guys, this video is not for every man. No, it is not. Drink the coffee. It will make you feel better. We're going to talk about 50 Cent and this Rick Ross situation. I think I'm going to take every opportunity personally to make sure I highlight and compare for the men who love to learn from my mistakes, other people's mistakes, other men's mistakes, what they did right, and who you don't want to be or how you do not want to end up. Rick Ross got beat up in Canada. Well, he got touched. His crew got beat up. More on that later. This is, again, guys, I need you guys to realize that this is not about the drama. There are really two types of people I realize when it comes to social media. And these types of people vary in ages. They're young people and they're older people. Both of these people get destroyed by social media. They destroy their image. They destroy their reputation. They don't understand where and when to draw the line. And we see this all across the span of different status of men. You have celebrities who cross that line. You have YouTubers who cross that line. You have models, actresses who cross that line. You have regular people who I don't know if you guys hear that. Fourth of July celebration over here. This is crazy. Is that a bullet? Oh no, that's fireworks. That's crazy, man. Right outside. Happy 4th of July. That's nuts. All right, so like I was saying, and then you have people who consume the social media. They understand the drama. Some of them are maybe more involved than they would like to be. But when they log off social media, it's not affecting their real lives. They really enjoy their real lives outside of social media. I try my best to fit into that group of people. There are people who get highly triggered by social media. I mean, they're mad in the comments right now, I bet. Did you guys know how old both of these men are right here? For example, did you know 50 Cent was, guess, 48 years old? Yes, he is. He was born July 6, 1975. Why do we care, Chisha? What's that have to do with anything? Again, this video is not for everybody. Not everybody understands what's going on here or can enjoy the coffee of observing other people's actions and realizing, hey, I don't want to be like this guy. Do you guys know how old Rick Ross is? Also 48 years old. Both these men are the same exact age. Your goal should be to observe this type of a situation, because as much as people want to act like they're not affected by the media they consume and what they see online, you are, right? Your goal should be to figure out how you don't end up at 48 in an altercation somewhere and almost getting knocked out. For anybody. This is for anybody. Granted, I think when you look at someone like Rick Ross and compare him to someone like 50 Cent, it seems like 50 Cent is a little bit more strategic when it comes to these type of situations, right? You'd be pretty hard pressed to catch him in a situation like Rick Ross was just in. But of course, here is 50 Cent trolling, doing what 50 Cent does best. But there is a difference here, and there's a lesson to be learned, and we will learn any lesson and try our best to avoid being this situation, because Rick did get touched. Good thing he had some bodyguards with him. Things could have gotten ugly. Let's check out and listen to what 50 Cent had to say right here. Let's get it.
very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada. And I want to say to everyone, you know, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, you know? That part where the young guy went like, he did this little move and shit and got knocked the fuck out, like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp. And he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers. Hey guys.
50 is funny. We can't deny that. But again, man, there's always a lesson to be learned when you see people in situations like this. I'm trying to get to the comments here so we can see what these guys, there we go. There we go. Here we are. Let's check out some of these comments and see what the people have to say. Top comment says, hey guys, already knew he was on bullshit. Somebody else here added, as soon as he said, hey guys, like a toddler, you had to know trolling was coming. Somebody else here says, when he hates someone, he hates them forever. Here's another comment from a woman who says, I would never want to beef with Curtis Jackson. Seriously, he don't let up. Here's another person who added, every day 50 Cent reminds us why he got shot 9 times. It just seems to me that at someone like Rick Ross's age, you'd be avoiding these type of situations, right? And if you want peace in your life, you definitely do not want to follow in his footsteps. Going to Canada was a bad move. It didn't seem like a well thought out judgment. Now, the man is an entertainer and rapper. But you know what else wasn't a good move? Baby mama, who he picked to have his children. You thought 50 Cent was an enemy. This woman's ruthless. I mean, imagine you have a man who hates you cooperating with the mother of your child. So many lessons here to be learned because men repeat this exact same pattern in real life. I think we're to the point now where people follow celebrities to the point where they want to replicate their decisions, their lives, etc. And here we believe in creating families with 2-parent households if possible. Now, if you've in your past weren't able to do that, well, you can do your best to make sure you mend things going forward. Let's check out this next video. So this is of 50 Cent's baby mama right here, going in on him. Check it out.
This fat ass ain't throwing no blows. Man, Will, they swung on your fat ass. You ain't done. You stood your fat ass back, man. Your scary ass. Your fat scary ass stood back. I'm looking good now from this angle. That got back, man. He tried to. Oh, they kicking the shit out that security. They fucking his fat ass up. Watch this shit again, dog. That fat got on khaki green or something. Look at him at his stank breath. That's all in the nigga face with that doodle ass breath. I'm glad they smacked the shit out your bitch ass. This bitch ass there in the crowd like he run the city. Man, you ain't. This fat ain't throwing.
I mean, my goodness. Listen, guys. This is, for those of you who are caught up in the drama going on and with the music and everything, that's not the focus of this video. Gentlemen, be careful who you allow to take your seed and reproduce. Be careful. Be careful. This woman's a true enemy. A true enemy. Can you imagine dealing with this on a regular basis? Some of you probably can. Some of you are probably dealing with this right now. You have a woman, a baby mama, let me be more specific here, who, when you fall, she's joyful. She's happy. You can avoid this if you haven't made this mistake yet. Protect your seed at all costs. At all costs. That's all I wanted to get across from this situation. And if you do ever happen to, get online, just be careful to be able to separate online activities from real life. Crazy story. Woman says that there are women in Houston, young women in Houston, who are being offended when men ask them to use protection during sex. We're talking about a man links up with the chick, says, hey, I need to pull out a condom, and chicks are offended because they feel like they're dirty. Don't believe me? Check it for yourself.
Some of these girls are getting offended that boys are bringing condoms to their sex link-ups, which is childish as fuck, honestly. I'm in this anonymous group chat, and the boy was like, I never got kicked out so fast. She called me weird as talking about some, damn, you don't trust me, I ain't good for it. And then everybody, like, not everybody, but like some girls in the comments like, oh, I feel her though, like that is kind of weird. Since when is contraceptives weird? We learned this shit in kindergarten, y'all. Then y'all, we in Houston.
Kindergarten? She talk kindergarten? We're going to let that slide because she's serving coffee right now.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Let's go.
I don't drink coffee. I don't know if the rest of the world know, but these STD cases is only going up. They have not been this high in a minute. They going up. Let's get some STD cases is only going up. They have not been this high in a minute. They going up. Let's get STD cases is only going up. They have not been this high in a minute. They going up.
There's a guy right now who's listening to this on the way, and he just turned around. We're saving lives, right? Protect yourself. It is crazy over there in Houston. If you've seen the numbers coming out of there as far as STDs, STIs, insane.
Getting so damn out of hand, Walgreens is offering free testing. Yes, they want everybody to come up there and just get checked just in case. And I know y'all heard what happened to that 18-year-old girl in Houston. It was her first time having sex. Her mama knew about the boy for whatever reason. They didn't want them two together, whatever. They end up having sex. He had HIV. He gave that girl HIV, and yes, she can expose him and like spread awareness, but the damage is already done to you. We need to be more serious about that shit, y'all. Like, it's getting crazy. Then, y'all, we got people lying about diseases that they already had and saying that the nigga gave it to him. Oh my God, y'all, I was on the girl's side, like, nah, that nigga dirty. The boy showed his test results. He didn't have nothing going on. It wasn't no fake fraudulent. He went live and like was in the office like the whole time showing us his report. The was lying, y'all.
Gentlemen, please protect yourself. There's so much out here to worry about. Who am I talking about here? If you care about your future, I'm talking about you. Bro, if you care about your future out here, especially if you plan to eventually meet a good woman and you want to have a healthy existence going forward, protect yourself.
It's getting really wicked.
Let's check out these comments. Top comment says celibacy for the win. Here's another person who says she was trying to ruin that boy's life. So yeah, pulling up to somebody and saying you don't trust me is definitely a questionable thing for a woman to say. Here's another comment that says, girl, I asked a man to use a condom and he told me I was an SLUT shaming. Wow. I can't say the word here because they might demonetize this video. Let's check out these comments to see what people had to say. This person responded back to her and says, that has to be one of the funniest things I've heard in a while. Here's somebody who says, nah, he's nuts. Okay, somebody else here added, that's a trap. Here's another woman who says, I don't think it was kindergarten, but I feel you, sis. It definitely was not kindergarten. It definitely was not kindergarten. Here's somebody else who added, yeah, we're cooked. Here's somebody else who says, kicked out for being prepared is crazy. Another chick here says, I'm going to stay a virgin. Another commentator says, right, like, y'all don't be using rubbers. I've seen a few of those viral Houston stats for their numbers of cases out there. And I think I saw an article that was trying to say that they were blown out of proportion and it wasn't really that bad. It's too late. It's too late. They probably are trying to encourage people to move into Houston. Maybe they think that was shining a bad light on the city. Here's an article. It says, grossly overstated numbers. Houston Health Department launches investigation after STD data goes viral on social media. Okay, so the irony in this actual video, it's just such an ironic video because the last video I talked about in relation to age and dating, we had a woman encouraging women to wait until they were much older so that they could date. So you have two things going on. Women who are in their 30s, 40s, encouraging the younger women to not settle down while they're younger, at the height of their sexual market value. And so a lot of these chicks are starting to do that. And then they end up not being able to find somebody. And when they do, they claim they picked the wrong person and I never really liked him and I was just desperate, etc. Right? They're either divorced or they waited too long to capitalize on the man who they believed that they deserved. This is exactly that type of a woman who's here crying about how hard it is to date in your 50s. No more waste of time. Let's get it.
Is dating in your 50s really that bad? I just got off the phone with my friend and she's like, I'm done. I stopped dating 3 years ago. You didn't get the memo? Like, no. I'm done. I'm better off alone. I have my job. I'm financially secure. I have my house. My only child is an adult.
Right.
And I'm healthy. I don't need problems in my life. And she's like, everyone's story is different, but dating out here for women my age, you find men that are older by 10, 12, 13 years. They're in their late 60s, maybe early 70s.
Okay.
And they're looking for a nurse. They're ready to settle down at that age. You know, and if you find a man that's 55, semi good looking, has a good job,
okay,
is financially secure.
All right.
He doesn't want your ass. He wants a young one.
Really? Am I crazy? Are we crazy, gentlemen? Are we crazy? Isn't this not what we say? I swear, bro, they will try to make you think that you are somehow not seeing what you see with your own eyes. Or you're toxic when you say, you know what? I want a woman who's not going to wait until it's too late to settle down with me. And of course, you know, they go at the extremes, Exhibit A.
22, 23. And I'm like, no, not that young. She's like, Jasmine, Bill Belichick is 74. His girlfriend's 24.
So you're telling me all the 70 and 60-year-olds, all they want are 22-year-olds. Stop it. Those men are cool with women in their 30s even. But they do not want women their age or near their age to settle down with, most likely when they're single at that age. So what does that mean? You capitalize on the men that you want while you're younger. That is the message that should be encouraged. The same way that I would tell a man to make sure that he gets his life together, gets his finances together, make sure he establishes himself the best that he possibly can so that he's not relying on anybody else to pay his bills, take care of himself before he seriously dates for a relationship or a potential marriage, if that's what he wants and values. By the way, if that is what you want and value, click the link pin to the top of the comment section. Join a community of men who also value the same thing, and you will learn how to protect yourself legally, the tools for a successful, healthy marriage. And it's good to have a brotherhood of men who are also like-minded. Put in a request. We do not accept everybody. Let's keep listening.
That's how it is. It's slim pickings.
Really?
Or you got guys out here who, you know, they're trying to move in with you because you got a house. I'm better off alone. I got my friends. I got my activities. I'm not cleaning anyone's house. No. So it made me think, because this is not the first time I have a conversation like this. This is like my third conversation. Third conversation with 3 different friends around the same age. One is 50, one is 55, and one is 56. And they're all like, no.
See, she's making it sound like they're saying no. No. You clearly stated the men you want are saying no. Guys, 2030 is coming.
I'm better off alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what this video is about right here. I'm gonna check this out. It says older women dating younger men. What do you think?
Well, I was just interviewed by the I Hate Dating Apps people, and they wanted to know about older women dating younger men. I don't think there's any problem with it. You know, it all depends how young you want to go. I would go 15 years maybe younger if I were really wanting to date again, because a lot of times guys my age couldn't keep up with me. And
the same thing, bro. Younger women can't find a man. Older women can't find a man. Younger women want older men. Older women only younger. It's a bunch of confusion.
Many different ways. So I...
Oh, I got you. I got you, Susan. Okay. Can't keep up with me in many different ways. Okay, we got you.
Don't see a problem with it. Younger, if I were really wanting to date again, because a lot of times guys my age couldn't keep up with me in many different ways.
Okay.
So I don't see a problem with it, and it's all about attitude and your energy and what you want out of life, right? Younger guys, you can date the older gals. Older gals, you can date the younger guys. It's your choice.
Yeah. I don't know. Men get shamed for doing that. We didn't check out any comments. Oh, this took me back. We didn't check out any comments on that last video. Let's check out some comments there. Let's see, on this video right here. Let's see what people have to say. Top comment here says, ladies, don't forget, no one falls in love faster than a man that wants a place to stay. That's right. Or needs money. That's facts. Yep. And hell no, will not support some damn man. I think she meant some damn man. Somebody else here says, looking for a nurse or a purse. Here's another person who says, 53 here. This is a man. I tried to date too, but was quickly convinced an empty house and loyal dog is the sane choice. Mick, you're probably better off than most of these women. Here's somebody else who says, because it's like shopping at Goodwill. Well, what if you only have Goodwill money? Right? What if you only have Goodwill money? Then you're going to shop, but you don't have a choice. What you should have done is back when you had more money, more points on the SMV chart, back when you were fine, and, you know, things were going good. You know, this woman right here probably could have locked down. How many dudes do you think this chick turned down, bro? How many? A whole lot. Let's keep reading. Somebody else here says, I'm 45 and I'm done. It's like Tales of the Crypt out here. Somebody else here says, it's called a hospice wife. Here's another person who says, dating in your 50s is like a box of chocolate that's 20 years old. You never know what you're going to get, but whatever it is, it's rotten. Somebody else here added, I took an Uber straight to the comment section. They couldn't wait. They could relate. Here's somebody else who says, 45 and I won't settle down again. Date younger. It's more fun. No commitment. Just getting the cheeks clapped.
I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee. Let's see what these chicks are talking about in this comment section. It's wild over here. This person says, I had a great 10-year run with someone younger than, hold on. I had a great 10-year run with someone younger. Then he died, and now I've met another fantastic one. So young guys, I guess it's your time to shine. You know, they're over here in the comment section. Now they're on the coffee pod. Oh, my dude, I hate to put you on. There he is. Nah. Damn, died though? Rest in peace. Somebody else here says they must really like the dry rub. Somebody else here added, so you're saying you can't get women wet, or are you a hating email? Always the no photo, no content account. This chick says, I'm 47 and my boyfriend is 39. We are great. Another person here says, yes, girl, I'm 45 too and have been dating only younger men lately. Now, imagine this was a comment section full of men the creep comments, bro, it would be ridiculous. Check out these predators. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Look at these women. Yeah, baby, they're loving it. This is exactly what I was about to say. Date younger and have fun. They're just like, just have fun. Get your cheeks clapped. Somebody else here says, facts. Yes, I was going to say this. Here's another person who says, true, it's fun and speaks to my soul's true age. But it's lonely. They don't want to be committed and can do alone by myself. This chick says, there's another woman here's like, I'm considering this. Another woman here says, do it. Yes. They're over here, man, encouraging each other. Somebody else here says, always date younger men. Just don't expect longevity. They will always find a younger woman eventually. Always date younger men. Again. I don't want to change this. I'm just pointing the obvious fact that, it's okay for them to date younger. But if you're a 50-year-old man and you're dating younger women, creep, horrible, all types of stuff. Somebody else, he says, I'm okay with this. Looks like he's getting the purse. You pay. Somebody else, he says, I pay no one. Somebody else, you added dating younger. Doesn't work. Screw younger. Works. Wow. They're just out with it. They said dating younger doesn't work. Screw younger works. You're only as old as the man that you feel. This is me. Damn. This is a never-ending chain of comments. This is me. No F's given these days. I'm playing them at their own game and having fun doing it. That's crazy. Just out here turning into straight 304s. That's wild. Over here on the coffee pod now. Oh, shoot. Let me get out of here, bro. Let me get out of here. What else do we have? Do you want marriage? Okay. This would probably be the last video I do, but it's a man being asked, do you want marriage? No more waste time. Let's get it. Hold on. The sound's off. All right, let's go.
Do you want marriage?
I don't care. If she wants it, cool. If she doesn't, if she doesn't mind, then no.
But what do you want though?
I just want long-term love.
Okay.
The piece of paper, the legal status doesn't, I would get married for a visa, for visa purposes, for legal purposes for that.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with doing for example, if she doesn't care about the legal proceedings of it, yeah. I'm fine with doing the wedding ceremony, the celebrations of love, but what I care about more is loyalty because look around, if you could just get divorced whenever you want to, then what is the point of the vows? They don't mean anything. Marriage doesn't mean anything.
Hot take.
There's truth. There's coffee being literally just poured into everybody right now.
I disagree.
Marriage is your declaration of love at that moment, but people still cheat. People still abuse each other in the marriages. People can get divorced, no fault divorce. So they could be I fell out of love with you. Bye.
To be fair, that's at least the cheating part is something that's always happened. Let's keep listening.
Crazy. Right?
Yeah.
And so if you're allowed to do that, what will make you want to fight for it? Right? What is the difference between being super in love and loving each other, caring for each other for 70 years without the wedding ring and with the wedding ring?
I think marriage is more than, I know people like to throw that around. Marriage is a piece of paper. Literally everything that we have is a piece of paper. Your passport, your driver's license, everything is just a piece of paper. But these papers matter. I want to raise kids, if I choose to have them, in that same environment of the benefit of two parents in the house.
Okay.
Go ahead. What are you going to say? Finish it. I can already see your face.
But none of that is marriage.
What do you mean?
That is just two people living, you don't have to be married to do that.
You're right.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You can have everything that you just described.
Yes.
Without the legal marriage.
Technically single.
Technically single or co-living or whatever it's called.
You're single until you're married. So, but I get what you're saying. You can still do the single, whole marriage.
I'm going to let this play, guys. There's a lot being said here. Very interesting conversation. Just going to let it play. Then I'll give my thoughts at the end. Of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let's keep listening.
Marriage aspect, but not be together. Well, I guess I value being a wife and I value being someone's wife before I would ever, I would never be a mother before I'm a wife. Like, if I never get married, I will never have a child.
Right. But
Yeah.
that is more to protect yourself. Right. So if you end up with the wrong guy, you get something out of it. Like the law protects you.
Okay.
Right. If you get divorced, you get half if you don't make as much money as he does, right? Or you get alimony, or you get child support, or something. Like there's a punishment for him being the wrong partner.
But I never was looking at it as in terms of punishment. I wasn't looking at like, oh, if we divorce, like I can take all his money. Like that was never the thing. It's just
Then why? So what makes it so that you don't want to have a kid until you're a wife? This guy, if you meet this guy, he loves you.
Okay.
And he is like, I want to be with you, have a child with you.
Amazing.
I don't want to get married.
No.
But the moment we have a kid together, I'm putting $5 million in your bank account and I'm saying to you, I will never leave you.
No.
But what's the difference?
Then what's the difference in marriage then? Why? Like why not?
Because maybe he's worth $350 million and he doesn't want to deal with the legal side of things.
Then we're not meant to be. That's okay. Then our views and our values don't align, and that's okay. You know, like I think I would be wasting my time if I just took the cop out of saying, oh, I'll take $5 million, but losing out on a big thing that I truly value. Our values don't align. And so I would just say, hey, cool, not going to work out. Thanks.
But this is somebody who's like, okay, I'm going to add like, this is your ideal guy. And the only thing different is the status of marriage. Everything else you get exactly what you would dream of in a marriage, but you don't get marriage.
But then it's not everything I dream of.
So that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. So basically,
all right. So this is a really interesting topic. So right in the beginning, it sounds like he is saying, why do you need to get married to get what you want from a marriage? Right? What is it about marriage? And she describes what marriage means to her. And I think that's the first place you want to start with these type of conversations, because he's right in the sense of when it comes to marriage, the definition of what marriage is has evolved. It has evolved. Marriage is no longer, you can't go around dating assuming that everybody who you run into, when they hear the word marriage, has the same definition of marriage that you have. There was a time when people could have these conversations, and let's say I said, hey, do you believe in marriage? I would assume that that woman believes that marriage means that she's going to be a wife. She would take a motherly role, which would lean towards more gender roles. And if she's talking to me and saying, do you value marriage? She would assume that I'm going to be a husband who wants to be a provider, etc. But now, society has really blurred the definitions of what it means to be a husband or a wife. What does marriage mean? It depends on who you're talking to. Because like he said, those vows don't mean anything. For most people, it's a ritualistic thing, right? They're just speaking and making empty promises. The amount of people who say, till death do us part, just that one line alone, till death do us part. I believe more women out here should really consider rewriting, because why women, Shisha? Because they file the majority of marriages, and men too can come together and consider that if they also believe that feelings and happiness are a reason to leave marriage, and say, in my vows, I will divorce you if I am not happy. The vows don't mean anything anymore. And marriages to most people doesn't mean what it used to mean. What gives something meaning? Well, it's the value that you attach to it, the values, what you believe in it. For example, in the Brew Brothers, I talk about foundational values that qualify the type of man who wants the type of dynamic where a woman also values a masculine man who takes the leadership role, and a feminine woman who is a helpmate. And you can only cooperate with the type of woman who also values the same things that you value. So you want to get those foundational values down first, right? That's a woman who is feminine, nurturing, friendly, fit. Shout out to KS. And the last one being submissive. If she's not that, you don't have to argue with her. Oh, why do women have to be all those things? You don't. Apparently, women today believe that they could be on the same level as men when it comes to all things, and we can both be leaders, even though there's no other part of life that works out that way. There's always a co-pilot and a pilot. There's always a point guard for a team. There's always a quarterback for a team. There's always a president to run a country. But when it comes to marriage, all sense goes out the window. We're just going to do what works for us. You want to avoid those people, especially if you're caffeinated. So I think the first thing is, what does marriage mean? It depends on who you're asking. Right? What definition, what does marriage mean to you? What values do you attach to a marriage? If she's talking about, oh, I'm looking for a partnership or a partner who's going to respect me as an equal. Well, there's nothing wrong with respecting a woman, and men should respect their women. But in most cases, when a person says that, it means that they're usually trying to say, I don't want the type of dynamic where a man is assumed as the head of the household, and they want a more modern, you hear women talk about traditional with the mix, right? So that's the first thing. I want to start with also what she asked him in the beginning of that video. She asked him and said, do you want marriage? Let me just play that one more time. Let's see.
Do you want marriage?
Okay. So she said, do you want marriage? And that's a very interesting question to a man, because most men don't even think of marriage that way. I understand the question, and of course, it's not a crazy question. But for a man, especially today, he hears that, he thinks to himself, I want a good woman. Men just don't want marriage. Men want good women to marry if they value and still uphold the idea of marriage and the possibility of that happening. It's the result of the marriage that they're looking at. A guy may say, well, I do want to continue my legacy via children. So yeah, I do want marriage because I want kids, or I do want marriage because I'd love a good woman who I can build a loving relationship with, who be loyal to me, who will stick with me through the tough and the thin, and will not leave and divorce me over some petty shit. But it's different with women. Women think of marriage and they think of all these wonderful things that they, in most cases, usually enjoy more than the men. The ring, right? Oh, I'm engaged. There's a stand-up I remember listening to of, there's a comedian talking about how when women get married, it's like this celebration, but when men get married, it's like someone is sick or something, like they fell ill to some disease. And it's like, oh, did you hear what happened to John? I'm like, what happened? He's engaged. No. What? Is he okay? Okay. Is he sure? Yeah, he is. Men react differently. And that's because of the consequences and the gravity of the situation of marriage and what they face. And marriage usually is harder on men in the case that it does not work out. They receive less comforting. People feel less sorry for them. They know they are making a huge risk. But for a woman, she hears marriage. Of course, she's thinking of the ring, like we mentioned. She's thinking about the dress. She's thinking of all the pretty photos and father and daughter dance. I mean, men appreciate those things as well. But there are a lot of initial benefits to marriage for women. And they see that question differently. One thing that I do agree with this woman in her approach to marriage is that she does not want to create single homes. Good for her. Good for her. So now let's entertain the question that was asked, which is a sort of an extreme question. It's like, you run into a millionaire. What are the chances of that? I mean, okay, let's say she does $5 million. I think some women would have said yes to that. But she said she really wasn't comfortable with that. It is what it is. But I also want to shed light on a different perspective that I think a lot of men don't think about. These are the type of conversations that we have in the brotherhood, and you should apply, request to join. But the thing that people don't understand is, for example, let's say you don't sign papers legally and you choose to cohabitate with the woman. The problem is you're always vulnerable to things like common law. You might say, well, I don't live in a state that practices common law, respects it. Okay, sure. But the judicial system is consistently changing. Things are always changing. That there is out of your control. This is how I'm trying to give you both sides of this, right? At any time, your state can change laws. People get married and they don't even know that they have a prenup. Every state has a prenup for the people who live in that state by default. When you create a prenup, you're making a prenup on your own terms. And so imagine a law changes and all of a sudden that person is now entitled to your property, etc. In that moment, the only thing that can save you is if you had a prior written contract between the two of you, a prenup, that would protect you from that type of a situation. And so, in the end, each of those approaches has its own risks. I personally would think, and you don't have to do what I think is best, but I personally think that the approach of making sure that you protect yourself where you can control, where you have control, is the best way forward if you are someone who plans to get married. Do not believe anything you hear. If you're going to get married today, protect yourself in some way, shape, or form. Men, you need to protect yourself. And you need to protect yourself because people hear that and they think, whoa, wow, you're protecting yourself from your woman. Is it that? No. You're protecting yourself from the greedy lawyers and the court system who benefits from the possibility of your marriage not working out, including the woman who can turn into a bitter ex-wife. Right. What else? What else was talked about here that I thought was worth touching on?
And so I would just say, hey, cool.
Exactly what alimony or get child support or something. Like there's a punishment for him being the wrong partner.
But I never was looking at it as in terms of punishment.
I think we covered mostly everything. Let's check out some of these comments. See what the people have to say. Top comment here says, would she still marry if she was okay? If she was asked, to sign a prenup? That's a good question. I wonder. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I don't know. I don't know if I got that vibe. Somebody else here added, marriage is a business arrangement, period. This is true. Somebody else here says he's speaking logically. This is the side they don't want to hear. Somebody else here added, he's asking why you value marriage and you're not answering the question. I don't think most people can answer it. This is interesting. because this is one of the questions. Actually, the first question. If you're in the community, you know. This is pretty much the first question I ask every man in Brew Brothers. Somebody else who says he's making a whole lot of sense. Here's somebody else who says she literally doesn't get it. Somebody else who says she doesn't get it. LOL. Somebody else here added, single till you're married is crazy to say. LOL. Logic versus feelings. Yeah. Of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Please comment down below. Listen, there's more to come as well as I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out.